So fantastic. I've now talked about freedom, and I'm able to recognize health, and I'm aware I need to put my glasses on because my eyes are tired, and I see the screen. I'm like, oh, it's getting ugly there. I need to rest my eyes. Look like Snoopy or something, you know? Like, oh, so then racism, I know what to pay attention to. I don't worry as much about making a sentence with the last word being to, because to or end, the end, me too, the end, are both socially acceptable. Totally okay, totally fine. You can make sounds like I'm making now with these challenge coins. And go around and just boss people around and do similar habits as the rest of the world does. Enforce, restrict, manage, maintain, discipline. Stare at. But I think for what I'm trying to do with Have You Ever has to do with going to school and I think being a doctor, hopefully. So I'd like to not get too distracted by my ridiculousness, because I got this coin from when I was in proton radiation treatment. And the coin was given to me when I finished, I guess what they say, transforming. I had cancer and they took the tumor out, thankfully, and then I went to proton radiation treatment. Blacked out, freaked out, but I studied Buddhism before, and that was when I got this coin, was to help people in the service for the country. A United States Navy chaplain. And I have great respect, I salute. But a lot like my finger, I don't always make sense. I like to have fun. I like to do stand-up comedy. Have you ever thought about consciousness? I'm doing the dishes as an example. I have a thought, a school thought, a work thought, and a body ready for work. But a mind still struggling with not only chordoma and not only the proton radiation treatment depression, simply from the damage and the inflammation. And being in a city called Seattle, Washington, where you have to work 2 or 3 jobs if you don't have a good college education, where you can get into a technology job or some business management position or some small business ownership situation. And most extravagantly, a CEO. Rent for some people in this city cost almost $1 million a year because they want the best of the best of the best. And I also want the best of the best of the best, but have to go slower than someone who doesn't have a cancer diagnosis with their medical history, someone who doesn't have bipolar on their medical history and receives Social Security disability. Mostly for the simple, unflinching reality. I could be homeless. I say, okay, I'm ready. I get my body to the, limits of what it can do, and my brain's so smart and intelligent, and my mind's so freaking martial art like that I can withstand 3 jobs, not eating correctly, not practicing Buddhism maybe, not trying to go to medical school, and just be free. Be free with knowing I'm not evil and racist and mean and a bully. So I have these thoughts once in a while, and then I have this video now. Have you ever thought about consciousness? And there's a choice to be made during the dishes that I was doing. Right away, you go, go, go. Or calmly and relaxed, finish the task. Maybe pause, oh shoot, just do dishes in a few minutes. I'll take a break anyway, gosh, my hands were getting all soggy. And so I come and make this video about consciousness. And similar to freedom, Krishnamurti would, in some ways, I believe, explain consciousness in the nature, where he would sometimes talk. He would sometimes talk by a tree. Rupert Spira, a non-duality practitioner who teaches Advaita Vedanta, sits by flowers. And both of these examples have a slow time with the flower, and the water slowly going away, and the tree, and the wind maybe, with Krishnamurti, and the sun from above, and the calm from the breeze. When it's silent, when life gets silent, and then they say words, they speak. And a viewer and you or me or whoever listening, or maybe just the people that were in attendance of what was occurring and taking place and happening, are consciously listening, possibly learning. Or maybe they're so high on drugs that they're just there, bro. just at the show. So have you ever thought, how is the consciousness from the totally, zonked out, visitor, the same as the wisdom-seeking, peace-loving, hippy-dippy, maybe person such as myself, me, Kelly? And I think the easy way for me, at least, to understand consciousness has to do with the conditions each person are having with what they see and what they hear, and what naturally occurs with our bodies, our brains, and our minds if we choose to have a mind. Some traditional practices in Tibetan, I remember, where you go no mind. I mean, just pure consciousness. Long meditation retreats, ceremonies with psychedelic teas and dreamlike trances in ashrams. End part 1.